Alright, guys.
629, your plate is clear, current, and uninsured. The 2007 sedan, brown in color, is 1628.
I do have a question for you guys. I am going to be scripted in this. As a matter of fact, this is an essay. This is a college paper that I'm writing. And I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Okay, guys, it's about world hunger. There are many reasons for this problem. You know, well, the title is it's titled World Hunger. The paper is. There are many reasons for this problem. The nations that suffer most from this problem are generally nations that are not developed. Many people suffer from malnutrition all over the world, and nobody is doing anything about it. Think about this. When you're eating tonight, little Susie may get a grain of rice or two, if she's lucky. It's a sad reality, but it's a reality that we now face. Many times in the U.S., you will hear someone say that they had a hard life because they grew up in the ghetto and only got a bag of ramen and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich a day. Let me ask you this. Did you know that there are 925 million just in some developed countries that are starving? You just like East and North Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean, the Sub-Saharan Africa, and in Asia, that they didn't even get that much today. There are things on Maslow's hierarchy of needs that you have to have every day. You have to have it. But we're just going to keep it to food for now. I warn you, what I'm about to talk about is very thought-provoking. Just beware of stuff like this, okay? First off, let's not pretend that this is just those other nations.
Pueblo 2 Baker 2. 10 Pueblo. 1042. Home for us. Enjoy the rest of your day at 1630.
The statistics say 1 in 6 Americans go to bed hungry. Is this acceptable in a nation that has one of the most abundant supplies and food sources in the world? In a nation where we're supposed to help everyone and be their big brother, why can't we even take care of ourselves? Or why are we not? Because we can. I don't think the question is if we can. More likely, why we won't. Why are we one of the richest countries with one of the most abundant supply systems, and we're letting ourselves go hungry? Once we help ourselves...
Trigger 30 Pueblo. Going to be at the 156 with King Charles 9817. Trigger 30, and I'm sorry, you cut out. What is your location, sir? Colorado northbound at the 156. Thank you. 1631.
Sorry, I'm listening for something. So, once we help ourselves, we can help other nations. I realize, or the reason I bring this up...
30, that plate is clear. Usher expiration March 2012, insured on a 2002 Cadillac SUV, black in color, 1632.
The reason I bring this up is to show you that it's not a food shortage.
Pueblo to Baker 29, clear to red tag. 629, 10-4, 1632.
It's not a food shortage. It's the world's motive. The motives are all about this guy.
1042, 10-4, sir. Enjoy the rest of your night at 1632.
Countries like Africa get to starve because of militia groups or criminals that steal the food. Also, when the shipments come in, these groups will overtake the ships and steal the supplies. Us humans are doing this to ourselves. Greed is very much a part of what's going on in Africa. By the way, greed is something the Bible speaks heavily against. See what greed causes? Causes this. My solution, which seems to be a bit aggressive, is to fight for these kind of people. These militias, like the Hutu and Tutsi, have been fighting for years and have given people problems in the past and refused to come to peace with anyone. When it comes to situations like this, military action is more likely to fix the situation, like hunger and control that these militias have over these people. And the reason I believe this is because, much like Germany before Hitler came to power, when you come into a country and help get rid of a violent military or a violent militia leader, you need to help them set up, or else you may cause the same kind of behavior, but with someone else in power. Countries like this are being bullied, and we are letting people in other countries be bullied like cowards. We're just standing by and letting these little kids get hurt, letting these little kids get killed. Letting these, like Joseph Kony. I'm going to talk to you about Joseph Kony in a minute. This is just as much America's fault as it is anyone else, because the world is standing by and letting this happen. Nations like China have been a famine for other have had a famine for other reasons, like natural disasters. In the case of China, it was because of the overflowing of the Yellow River at one time. This does not happen to some country, or this still happened to some countries. Sorry, a few years back, I remember China had a shortage on the rice crop because of the weather. This can be a little more easily fixed when we have a little more. All we need to do is have a little bit more compassion where natural disasters happen. Very simple fix to an issue that we shouldn't be told we need to do something to help or to do something about. People need to be a little bit more compassionate to others and try to help out a little more. Corporate America could make a starting move and help fix this. I believe businesses can help. And I'll explain this. We are called the world's big brother. Yeah, some big brother we are, watching the whole world go hungry. There have been many times when I have worked in the food service and would see so much food get wasted. Seriously, to sit outside a fast food place or a restaurant and watch how much food goes in the garbage. The sad thing is that if a person were to ask for this food, and I've seen this happen before, they are told they can't have it. Do we really live in a country where we would rather throw food in the garbage because we can't make a buck off of a hungry person? And what then do we do? Let them go hungry? Why? Why should we do that? Do we live in a world where bullying people and allowing these people to be turned down for help is okay? I want to help these people for one reason. They're being strong-armed by some jerk like Joseph Kony in Uganda. And number two, spineless, cowardly, greedy businesses who can't take the food they are throwing away to give it to a person who needs it. They're not worth it. They're nothing. It's cowardly to do that. It brings me to tears as I write about Kony. I mean, please look at the video titled Kony 2012. I'll link it in the description.
Park 1722. Park 1722, couple. 1042, good night. 1046. Enjoy the rest of your night, 1636.
This man, if you want to call him a man, that is, uses armies of children to kill and steal from their own people. He even has them kill their parents. When our government was told about this, we said we wouldn't get involved because it didn't affect the national security or financial interests of our country. So, as the wonderful, good big brother that the people in other nations think we are, we just allow this to happen. Why did it take a gathering of thousands of people to assemble on the White House to change this? Why did it have to take Obama to stand up for these people? Something like 15 million children die each year from hunger. How many could you feed for the price of one missile approximately? It's about 700 for 5 years. Do you know countries like Africa sorry. I was like, wait a minute. Do you know that during the 90s, over 1 million children died from starvation? And that's the number, and that number could have been zero with just a few days of money that we spend on our military. Every minute, about 100 people die worldwide from starvation. Statistics say that about 160 million children are malnourished right now by the age of 5. In this world, 3 billion people struggle to survive on $2 a day. And the total money needed to satisfy world hunger is, guess what? It's only 13 million. But how much do we spend on wars? Even per day. We spend more than 13 million per day on war here in the U.S. The United States and Europe don't mind spending about 13 million per year on perfume, though. Even though every 3.4 seconds a person dies from malnutrition, and every 5 seconds that person's a child. This is a travesty. This is a travesty. Statistics also say that in 2004, 1 billion people lived below the international poverty line, earning less than $1 a day. Is this acceptable? Why is this okay for us to just sit by and watch this happen? What I suggest is that we get together, we protest the government, we make them have to do something to help these other countries.
Hello, 2 Baker 30, clear.
I think we should sign a treaty.
2 Baker 30, 1740.
Not treaty, but, treaty with other countries, like peace treaties, even with the people that we don't agree with. But I think we should sign a petition, too. And I say a peace treaty with the countries that we're at war with, and to turn around and help them. So, I just...
1064, all cars report the possible ready driver, North Circle Drive and Constitution Avenue. This is a green Volvo sedan, 477 X-ray Paul, X-ray. Weaving, nearly hit the RP. RP is willing to sign. Once again, Circle Drive and Constitution Avenue, 1640.
That's right by me. I believe that we are going to have to sign a petition. This video was titled World Hunger Video, which is where I got the facts from here, and I'll link that in the description too. In a video titled Hunger and Poverty in America, which I will also link in the description, I'm in the middle of reviewing this one. We learned that sometimes these kids believe that it's their fault they're hungry. The kids are almost forced to become introverted to stay out of the way. I mean, these kids are saying that it's their fault. They think that they put their family in the positions because of their mere existence. You know what I mean? Because they have to pay for me, I did this. I don't know. I really have no idea what to do or what to say, but you gotta, something has to be done. Something absolutely has to be done about this. This can't continue to happen like this. We can't just continue to let people go hungry. We can't just continue to put the blinders on to the rest of the world and pretend like this isn't happening. You know, you have these people, not everyone lives comfortably. Not everybody does. But, you know, I always used to grow up saying I had a hard life. And I did. I certainly didn't have that kind of life. I certainly didn't have the life where I was malnourished, and you know, I have my own place. I mean, I have roommates, but I have shelter. I have food. I have a place to wash my clothes. I have the ability to wash myself. There's so many things that I have that people don't even have. I don't have central heat in here or nothing, but I've got 3 heaters that I can plug into the wall, and I got my little, you know, I have some ghetto-fied stuff, but it works. And I'm not sleeping out there on the road, on the sidewalk. I think we really need a reality check, America. We're supposed to be everybody's big brother, but we're not. I mean, what are we doing to help anybody? We're not doing anything. We're sitting up on our fat, lazy asses. Excuse my language, but we're sitting on our fat, lazy asses, pretending to be Christians, pretending to be a Christian nation, when we're nothing but Sunday Christians, most of us. And to be honest, once we leave that church, we couldn't give a damn about anybody else. Excuse my language, I'm sorry, but we're supposed to be a Christian nation, then why are we letting this happen? You know, Paul Washer makes a point, where he points out in the Bible that if you think you're truly a Christian, then you need to use the Bible to test yourself. And if you're not getting the results of what you think a Christian should, or not what you think actually, what the Bible says a Christian should, then you're not a Christian. I definitely think that this country needs to take more of an active approach on these issues, man. And we can't even. We're so wrapped up in ourselves and so wrapped up in what we are in our own lives that we forget. We just go, I don't see it, or I don't know that it's not there because I'm over here doing this. My eyes are closed and I can't see it. Children close their eyes to make the problem go away. But eventually they realize that once they open their eyes, it is still there. When is this country going to realize it? You know, everybody can sit there and go, oh, world hunger is so bad, and you can have your 2 minutes of emotion about it, but you didn't do anything to help. You're not helping by sitting there and letting it happen. Because tonight, when you're eating dinner, think about the kids in Uganda that aren't. Tonight, when you have food in your stomach, think about how many 3 or 4-year-old kids are going to bed hungry tonight. It'll feel real good next time you eat your next meal. See, at least I can say that I'm still going to feel bad, but I plan on doing something about this. I plan on creating a Facebook group so I can get people on there to talk about this, to make it known to other people, to make other people alert of these same videos I just told you about. I plan on signing a petition. I plan on protesting. I plan on doing all that. So you just... I'm just saying, stand up and say something, or sit down and shut up, and let us, the ones that want to take control of this, take control of it. But if you even claim for 1 minute that you're a believer in Elohim, in Yahweh, Yeshua, or as one pastor calls him, the pastor from the Hebrew faith, even though there's no such thing as the Hebrew faith, Yahushua, which I'm not going to call him that because I never heard that before from anyone else. But if you're going to claim to be a follower of Jesus, then stand up and do something about this. Join me and anybody else that joins me with this. Do something about it. It's a whole lot better than 2 minutes of an emotional outcry. Make the world known. Get up off your ass and do something about it. If you like what I said, anything in the video that I said, then rate, comment, subscribe. Comments are down there, subs up there, and you can rate and like over here. Thank you. Peace.